Imagine if tonight you never had to sleep again. No more alarms, no more feeling tired, no more spending 8 hours every day unconscious. Sounds amazing, right? But what if removing sleep completely changed human life in ways nobody expects? Because sleep isn't just rest. It's one of the most important things keeping your brain healthy. So what would really happen if humans suddenly didn't need sleep? Right now, humans spend about 1/3 of their entire life sleeping. If you live to 75 years old, that's about 25 years of sleep. Imagine getting those years back. You would have more time to work, more time to learn, more time to make money, and more time to enjoy life. Students could study longer, athletes could train more, companies could run at full productivity 24 hours a day. It would feel like humans unlocked a life upgrade. But here is where things get interesting. Sleep isn't just about resting your body, it's mainly about repairing your brain. When you sleep, your brain actually cleans itself. Scientists discovered that during sleep, your brain removes harmful waste that builds up while you're awake. Without sleep today, humans would slowly lose memory, lose focus, and eventually lose their minds. So if humans didn't need sleep, something else would have to replace this process. Maybe our brains would evolve to repair themselves while we're awake. Maybe humans would develop a biological reset system we don't even have today. But here's a bigger question most people don't ask. If nobody needed sleep, how would society change? Think about crime. Most crime happens when people are asleep. But if nobody slept, there would always be people awake. Would crime reduce? Or would criminals just adapt? Now think about work. If nobody gets tired, would companies expect longer working hours? Would 8 hours become 12 hours? Would resting become seen as laziness? Would humans accidentally create a world where you are expected to always be productive? That doesn't sound so exciting anymore. And here's something even stranger. Dreams would disappear. No more strange adventures in your mind. No more random creative ideas from dreams. Some scientific discoveries and inventions actually came from dreams. Without dreams, would creativity drop? Or would humans find another way to stay creative? Now think about health. Sleep helps your immune system. Sleep helps your memory. Sleep helps your emotions stay stable. Without sleep today, humans would become mentally unstable. But in a world where sleep isn't needed, maybe humans would have short brain resets instead. Imagine needing just 5 minutes of quiet time to feel completely refreshed. That alone would change productivity forever. But here's the biggest change nobody talks about. Life would feel longer. Right now, part of why life feels short is because we spend so much time asleep. If humans stayed awake all the time, life might feel almost 30% longer psychologically. Days would feel bigger. Time might feel slower. But would people become happier or just more stressed? Because more time doesn't always mean more happiness. Humans might just fill extra time with more pressure, more expectations, and more work. Please subscribe if you've watched this far. Now imagine the internet. Right now, activity drops when people sleep. If nobody slept, the internet would be active 24 hours, social media never quiet, games always full. The world would never pause. And here's a surprising thought. Maybe sleep is actually protection. Maybe it's nature forcing humans to stop, to reset, to disconnect. Without forced rest, would humans push themselves too far? Would anxiety increase? Would burnout become worse? Because even today, many people already struggle to disconnect from work and technology. Remove sleep, and you remove the only natural break humans have. But here's the most interesting question. If humans suddenly gained 8 extra hours every day, would people actually use that time wisely? Or would it disappear just like the time we already waste? Because maybe sleep isn't stealing your time. Maybe it's protecting your mind. So think about this tonight before you sleep. If humans never needed sleep, would we become more successful or just more exhausted in a different way? And if you had those extra 8 hours starting tomorrow, What would you really do with them? Now that you've got this information, how about support me by hitting the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next videos?